Kippy, you see this? We got this Route 66 special dropping.
You ain't lying, big man. We got the live shows from every city on the tour, plus the boys on the bus seeing this great country of ours. It's dropping February 25th on our YouTube page. Make sure you tune in to the live premiere.
Welcome to another exciting edition of Are You Garbage? The show where you find out if your favorite comedians are classy individuals or absolute trash. Now, here are your hosts, Kevin Ryan and H. Foley.
Hey, everybody out there, and welcome back to everybody's favorite podcast. This is Are You Garbage?
Oh, yeah.
It's that little show we sit down with your favorite comedians, and we find out they're good to be classy.
Yeah.
They're just a big old piece of trash.
Trash.
I'm your host, H. Foley, coming at you on a beautiful day. We're out back here at Tootie's in the new edition. Unfortunately, we are not going to see her for a little bit.
Oh, God.
She's going on a trip with the girls. Go down to Cancun. Relax. She's fine.
Okay.
She wants to stretch her wings a little bit. She wants to go down there, get nailed. I don't know what she does down there.
So what you doing, Cancun?
What are we doing? Spring break's right around the corner. You know what I'm saying? My co-host is coming at you from across the table. This is what we call a family episode here at Tootie's. Just the boys, the bozos, and the homies. He is the CEO of Are You Garbage. He is an international businessman, and I believe he just got shot down for a car loan. Give it up for KJ, Kevin James Ryan, everybody.
It's still pending, but it ain't looking great.
It ain't bad credit. It's not enough credit.
What up,
Not bad.
What up, gang? Shout out to you. Thanks for tuning in. As always, please make sure you rate, view, subscribe on iTunes. Full video available on YouTube and now Spotify. Woo! And obviously, the greatest website of all time, www.patreon.com/areyouGarbage. But even more important, www.youtube/areyouGarbage. You go over there for the Route 66 tour special that is dropping. If you're listening to this today, tomorrow, February 25th, live premiere, YouTube. Get in there. We're going to be in the chat.
Red carpet, whole 9 yards.
Cracking away. We can do a red carpet here.
Sure.
A couple of beer, a couple of sandwich trays.
Do a stained carpet. Already got that ready to
Man,
go.
This carpet's bad news.
We couldn't be more excited for this, gang. We are so proud of the Route 66 tour. As you know, we started in Chicago. We went all the way to Los Angeles, 11 days, 9 shows, 8 cities, the boys on the bus, all the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yeah.
Stopping along the way, just getting a sense of what we call America.
A little Americana,
A
man.
little slice of the forgotten highway out there.
Sure. Jesus Christ.
That ain't bad. The forgotten highway.
Walt Whitman over here. You gonna charge me a toll?
Walt Whitman.
That's the only poet I know. That and like Gary Frost or something.
Robert Frost.
More time we'll be back
Stopping
with that.
by the woods on a snowy evening.
Sure. Is that when you're doing blow by yourself in the backyard? The woods on a snowy evening?
Stopping by the pizza joint after a couple of beers is more like it.
Whew.
What? Nothing on that?
Cornball.
Oh, you don't like a slice late night fatty?
Um,
Mr. Vodka Slice over here.
You've been talking. No, listen, my transgressions at a pizza parlor are neither here nor there. We're here to talk about goddamn road trips and a Route 66
Yes,
special.
sir.
Which, gang, one of the, we've mentioned it before, but, we kind of started out this whole Are You Garbage was just to fucking have fun. We're really bad with money. We put a lot of money into this thing. We're not fucking trying to sell. We're not doing anything. A lot of people didn't even return the calls. Maybe it would have entertained it. Let's go right out to you guys. We need you guys to, as you always have, help us fucking share this thing, catapult this thing, be in the live chat, tell your friends, share
Sure.
it. It's a fucking slice of America, as the big man was saying. It's like we did Chicago, which is a big city. You see dirtbags from Chicago. You got St. Louis, and we go to Cuba, Missouri, which is Missouri, which is like
Missouri. Man.
that's a bad part of town.
Another week on that bus, you'd have been talking like a hillbilly.
We go to Cuba, Missouri, which is like, a town of like 500 people. We met a bunch of people there, hung out with them, did no show, just hanging. There's a lot of like cool aspects of America, which I hadn't seen up until that point. You know what I mean? Like cruising through the desert like that.
Ain't never seen the sun come up over the Hoover Dam.
Yeah, Vegas. I mean, there's just like the desert trash. There's Midwest trash and like everything in between. And just there is this like fiber that connects us all in a corny way. But it was very cool to see that throughout. From start to finish. We've done other tours where it's been like we fly here for a couple days, bebop scat, but this was like this fucking
We were in it, baby.
this big journey through the middle of the country, and it was really cool. And shout out to everybody that came out to the shows. Hopefully you see yourself on there because we play AYG with the crowd. As you said before. So it's footage from every show. It was really cool.
A lot of bozos and homies making cameos in this thing.
You ain't lying. Also, we've had
all rights reserved.
All rights reserved. You all sign releases. We also had someone else write in and go, hey, can you not include that?
Oh, yeah.
I was not on my best behavior, which, big guy, you were included up until that moment.
Yeah, good thing we saw that.
Because we were watching and we're like, we got to include this guy. And then like 15 minutes later, he hit us up. He's like, dude, do not put that in the...
But as we always say here at Tooties, you protect the innocent.
Always protect the innocent, for
course.
sure.
Very excited for everybody to see it. We really are.
Yes.
Couldn't be more proud of it. Think
Yeah.
you guys are going to love it.
Yes.
Game changer.
Yes, Tuesday, if you're listening to February 25th, we're going to be in the live chat mixing it up. Me, Big Man, New Guy Luke, we're all going to be watching the premiere together. Join in there. We'd like to really get as much... Let's put the fucking garbage thrusters behind this thing. Let's fucking light the goddamn candle.
Show these pussies.
Also, because we've been so jazzed on road trips, as you know, we started thinking about getting a conversion van, which we're very close. I filled out a credit application last night, right? So the business is buying it, but I gotta...
Why didn't you put me on there? You said you had to put your name. You should put the kid on there.
What do you mean? Why do I have to do this for you?
I'm just saying, you want you put a little star power on it. My credit just went up 17 points. I just got a notice from Credit Mission.
Does it tied to your cholesterol? No, so my credit's fine. It's good. It's considered good.
What are you sitting at? I don't
My
think I've
credit?
Ever,
About 7 now.
About 7.
704, 705,
What
something
about
like
you,
that.
Twinkle Toes?
Like 750.
Look at
What?
you, huh? What credit do
damn.
you have, though?
Amex, baby.
I think that's our card.
So I had to apply, talk to the guy out there.
Sure.
Should
You
we
get on
do
the
a
phone-
plug?
You get on the phone with
Got
somebody?
on the phone with a closer.
Oh, let's see if he makes it happen.
Old school closer.
Freddie Beans, you were
Shout out to
talking
Fred Beans at Doylestown, a Bucks County guy. I get chopping it up with him. This is
That
Rick.
should be 10% off the ARP, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Something. Freddie, call me.
But, Fredo,
I was like, you get shot down, I'll do it.
it's kind of if I get
Plus, I got Patty, too. We got Patty in the pocket.
I shouldn't get shot down. I mean, I'm a
Have you seen your eyebrows
I'm
lately?
pushing 40. I should be able to get a car, right?
I don't think I'll
Like,
be.
that's crazy. If I get denied a car, I mean, I did get denied that Lincoln not too long ago. That was about a year. Yeah, it was about 14 months. I did get denied a Lincoln. Damn, that was, dude, I had to walk out of there because I didn't even have a car. I had to walk down the street and wait for an Uber.
Still trying to play hardball?
That was a bad look. Okay, now thinking about it, I might not get this car.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
You got Tooties behind it.
I
so.
should be able to get a car loan. Whatever. We'll see.
Put the buck hunter up. Don't tell him it's broken.
Don't tell it.
You got the cooler fixed.
Yeah, a lot of improvements we're doing around here. So that should be landing. Nice guy, great. Get on the phone. I go, listen, buddy. And then he's like, what do you do? I'm like, come here. He's like, what are you going to use? Why is it? Oh, he's like, also, I didn't know you can't get a loan. People don't give car loans to conversion vans.
Yeah.
Because the chassis, I was like, why is that? I love chopping it up with a guy who knows the deets.
Uh-huh.
I go, yeah, why is that? I was told my credit union told me I couldn't get one. And he's like, because the chassis is like considered like a work van. But it's not like a passenger car or whatever. He's like, they run the VIN, it doesn't come back as a conversion van.
No hit?
It comes back as like an eco line or whatever. So when a cop pulls you over, you're driving like a different car than it's. I don't know. This guy might have been huffing. I don't know what was going on. But he's getting us straightened out. I should find out any minute if we're
sick.
I'm a little upset. If I was approved, I think I found out this morning. And it's like, what? It's 1 o'clock now, and I haven't found out.
There's a big difference between those congratulations and unfortunately's. Those emails. Unfortunately, at this time,
we are not I get a lot of them. We are not able to. It's like getting denied from college all over again. You know what? I didn't want to go to Drexel to begin with. My mom told me I couldn't.
When I was dipping into that happened to me in college. I got shot down. King's College shot me down. I wanted to go there. All my cousins went there. Like, nah, didn't make it. Widener, no problem. Welcome me with open arms.
Till you burn that bridge in the head. escort you off premises.
They also asked me to leave very quickly.
But
But when I was dipping into Navy Federal, because for a minute I was all over Navy Federal, $2,000 here, $3,000 there, doing the loans.
you were taking
They
out,
didn't ask any questions.
You were taking out little payday loans.
Not even payday loans,
They're-
just straight up.
They're not long-term
They're
loans.
called personal no collateral loans.
A.K.A. a dirtbag central. Buddy, I'm not knocking you. But if
But-
you're taking out 2-3 G's here and there sporadically, that's a guy who's jammed up.
But when you got approved, it was right on the phone. Yeah, it's all good. If you weren't approved, which more often than not, that was the case, it was, all right, it's processing. Give us a few hours. Give fucking few hours.
I know I'm screwed
Yeah,
here.
I know I'm screwed.
Just tell me now, lady. Let me go burn another bridge.
I already called the Coke guy. You guys are jamming me up.
Sure.
Made me look like an asshole.
But yeah, so the van should be happening I should be hearing back any day now. We're gonna have it in Pontiac. We're gonna have it for the first run of the Back on the Block tour. Tickets are selling on that thing. So if you snooze, you lose, baby.
Sure.
Also, little bit of news. This summer, there's going to be a little baby Kippy running around
Look at
town.
that. I got to take orders from this fucking kid now.
There's now a prince to the garbage throne.
That's right.
There's a bloodline. You better get cracking so we can have them fight.
I guess it
And
all
for the rightful heir of the throne.
it all goes to the kid, huh?
Yeah, he's going to get it. I mean, who's getting your half?
I don't know.
You got to give it to the kid.
Luke, spit it over to the kid.
He's going to take my
Got
half.
sweat equity in this.
Yeah,
thing.
right. Once if he's anything like he's going to find out. And there's going to be a power struggle when he turns 4.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
My friend.
Yeah, this so we're very excited, not nervous at all, totally chilling,
Sure.
not verging on, the side of panic attack every 2 minutes.
Sure.
That kind of thing.
He's got a conversion van to maybe look forward to.
It's also so we're talking road trips, and that made me think, like, I don't know about you guys, so
You packing up the kids in the car.
Also,
and-
any parents out there, give me some advice, because kid, I didn't necessarily have a father figure. I'm gonna be figuring all this out on my own.
You got to throw a baseball around or something. Was it when he asked you to teach him?
I don't think you can play catch with a newborn. I'm just saying. I don't think he's got the hands for it.
kid's got a left on him. Look out! Congratulations,
Thank
pal.
you. We're very excited.
You can pack up the car, take him and the wife down to Florida in a couple of years.
Well, that was
Screaming at him in the car,
sure.
scar him for life. Get down there. We're not getting that. That's how they get you.
That's how most of the traumatic experiences I've had with father specifically was car. The reaching back,
Of course,
the fucking,
We did the famous-
screaming, the yelling,
we did the famous Foley trip from Mountaintop, Pennsylvania, all the way down to Dallas, Texas, to see our cousins.
Can you get time on that? Mountaintop, Pennsylvania.
To Dallas, Texas, in a Datsun, in a hatchback Datsun. They dropped the seats in the back. Everything was pushed to the back of the car. We had sleeping blankets. We had, I remember, a big bottle of High C, snacks, all that stuff. Left in the middle of the night for some reason, probably traffic. Hey, traffic. Went all the way down there. Drove not straight through. I think we stopped once, stayed at some motel. What's the time on that?
About 25 hours and 47 minutes.
It went by like it was 5.
God.
Over 1,500 miles.
Ooh, my dad in
It's
a
like
Datsun.
Route 66.
Very similar. Car broke down. Had to get the car fixed. I remember my mom. We got there. There was a lot of crying. There was a lot of her apologizing. I'm sorry. I mean, we were like 2 gremlins in the backseat.
Hot as shit, I'm sure.
Yeah. I
Uh,
remember she grabbed me and I had her nails in my arm. She had to like clean me up when I got there.
psycho. That's why she's crying. She, assaulted her young boy.
Hey, I had it coming, baby.
Sure.
It's all good, baby.
This guy's a glutton for punishment. What are you gonna do? Choose the wrench.
Spit in my mouth.
You got to build around. You're pulling it.
Yeah, that was the first big road trip, which it was awesome. You know what I mean? You're leaving, you're in the sleeping bag with your brother, all that kind of stuff. It was fun. I don't remember the drive back at all. They might have knocked us the fuck out.
Chloro.
Yeah, dude.
We never did a proper road trip as a family. I mean, I have a divorced family. Niecy, I got to be honest with you.
I don't drive at night.
One, you don't drive at night. Everybody knows that about the niece. 2, I don't think she's ever driven further than North Wildwood. I don't think she's ever gone straight to Cape May. Like, I think the furthest she's never driven to, like, D.C. or Virginia.
No?
She's never driven.
Patty's nice with it.
I don't think my mom's ever driven to New York.
Really? Well, my mom doesn't drive in New York. I'm not driving up now. No,
Dude,
I'll park at Princeton.
A girl from Philadelphia is petrified of what I think they think it's how we saw like the Jetsons, like flying cars and stuff. They're like, ah! I'm like, Mom, I live right. It's just 90. You've been on a highway. You can drive the Pennsylvania Turnpike. You can drive the New Jersey Turnpike.
She ain't coming, dog. She ain't coming.
But yeah, she ain't. She don't drive. I'll take the train. I'll meet you in Midtown. But so we never really had a lot of short trips. A lot of 2-3 hour trips to the shore, traffic, the whole nine. Playing the big thing. Were you
I Spy?
I Spy was big.
Sure.
Punch buggy.
Punch Buggy.
What do you remember the lingo to yours? Like it was
Punch Buggy Blue. Punching,
At some point, I think in the mid '90s, they added no punchbacks.
Yeah, that's how fights started with me and my brother, though.
Dude,
Because he would just cold cock me out of nowhere.
That's when I first learned that you could.
Be like a Nissan. He would just hit me.
My brother would punch me with the middle finger out and like the
Knuckle
dead.
ya?
Oh, dude, man, that got right to a 6-year-old's bone.
Sure.
You know, regardless of how fat I was.
You know, it was bad outside the car too. A dead leg from the knee to the thigh to the ground. Fucking uno, dos, tres, out, killing it.
Another big one, which I played in my adult years, which was kind of probably the most sober fun I ever had.
Is she blowing him?
What? I'm going to a picnic. That was a big.
I'm going to a picnic.
Do you know that one?
Nah.
Oh, really? I'm going to a picnic and I'm bringing apples. Then Luke's got to go to a picnic. He's gonna bring apples and bananas, and you have to memorize it. And it goes with.
I'm going to a picnic. I'm bringing apples, bananas, and cards.
Sure.
Really?
I'm going to pick and I'm bringing apples, bananas, cards, and dildos,
That's
whatever it is.
Too intellectual for us,
Dude.
We were straight punch buggy and
Sure.
doing this thing to get the fucking
Get
long
the
haul.
honker going.
Yeah.
We were allowed to do that. It was like when we were in the car with my mom, it was relatively lawless. Because she's so nervous about driving anyway. She can't come back and get you. She's 10 and 2.
Sure.
She's holding on for death.
When my dad was driving, you couldn't put the light on in the car because the car would explode.
Sure.
And you couldn't put the visor down, like to block the sun. He would freak out. And dude, I do it now because the wife. Dude, I lose. What are you doing?
I think that's just a control thing. That's just
No,
you going.
You can't see.
You
Can't
can
say, I see if I'm making it right.
listen. You can. I'm not saying you could. If you wouldn't be able to see, they wouldn't just have that capability. Somebody would be like, people are dying left and right, and you know what I mean.
I remember I was in the car with my aunt one time, and she took it and pulled it over to the window. I'm like, she's gonna fucking kill us.
Wait, this thing's gonna
What the fuck are you doing? My uncle went to look like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck that.
I can't.
shit.
You're in my blind spot.
All right, let's get into the cues here.
Yes.
We reached out to the homies, road trip stories. Let's see what we got.
Yeah. All right. So this one is Trashins81, $10 shareholder. My grandfather bought a police scanner from a family friend before our road trip to New Hampshire. We got pulled over 30 minutes into the drive. Dude, that grandfather was furious.
Let me tell you something. I don't know if you're too young to remember those police scanners.
Yeah, of course.
My Uncle Red would sit in the kitchen with a couple of beers, just listening to what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Man, and the radar detectors, those things never worked. Everybody thought they were hot shit with them. Those things suck.
Sure. We had a police scanner. It's like the big fucking. This was probably like a '90s model.
Not for the car, for the house, right?
We had like a handheld one that like a fire department guy would have.
Like they use in like the town, like a scrambler.
Not as a. I don't know. It's like a.
Now we had like one that looked like a radio. Damn, you had
Yeah,
that?
they were talking the '90s. I'm saying we probably got mine in like '93.
Whoa.
You're talking the '80s. You got mine in, when it had that big antenna already out on
Yeah,
it.
we
Kind of
should
looked like
get
a Zach Morris phone.
Gang, the show is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Yeah.
Calling all you screwballs out there, get yourself together. I'm all banged up. I'm crazier than a $2 bill. I got into talk therapy. If you're having issues, do yourself a favor. Get over there to BetterHelp because they can help. And they just might have a specialist that you don't have in your area, and you can do it from the privacy of your own home.
Yes, as somebody very close to the big man, since he started talk therapy I have seen improvements.
Thank you.
Nah, not everywhere, but
I'm working on it.
A couple,
It takes time, and it don't got to be something life-changing.
No.
It could be something small that you're working through, or you could have some unresolved trauma or whatever you're dealing with. You don't know what's going on. BetterHelp, man.
Yeah, it also just it kind of gives you talk therapy gives you just like a second set of eyes on your problems instead of
Talk it out.
Yeah, you just go like, hey, and somebody goes, nah, man, that's completely normal. People do this, happens all the time, blah blah blah. Whatever it is, you can just make better sense of everything, and it just gives you a little bit new perspective. And listen, BetterHelp is the easiest way to get into the therapy pool.
Yes.
You do it from the comfort of your own home. If you're a shy person, you don't want to travel, blah blah. This takes away all the excuses. I don't have a car. I don't have this. I don't have that. Whatever it is, BetterHelp can assist you with it, and you can get in there and start therapy. You can always change the therapist whenever you want. So just get in, start talking, and if you find out you don't like your person that much, or you might be a better fit, you can transfer over,
switch
and
them
get
up.
someone else. At no cost, baby.
Oh!
Anytime, at no cost. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable, convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. Over 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties. And here's the turkey. Discover your relationship with yourself with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/garbage. You get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/garbage. Do it.
Dude, if we get the van.
We're getting the van.
We have to
CB.
CB.
Look, how much is a new CB radio?
Probably like $6.
I know. Well, we each get them.
We need a CB. We need a scrambler. We need
400
for a CB radio. I'm not going to get approved for that. No way that's happening.
A scrambler, a radar detector, and a police scanner.
Okay.
I don't think we're fucking terrorists.
I think we're going to go fucking blow something up. Not happening.
We can get a fine one for 100.
There you go.
You know, it'd be sick too. We get a dish on the top of this thing.
I think it's got Wi-Fi.
So what? I want a dish.
It's got something. It's got Blu-ray and DVD. That's what they told me. Which, by the way, get your DVDs, gang. Yeah, we had that. I remember my stepdad had a dust. Remember, like, it's just, I don't know if it was like a 90s thing, but like, electronics used to be dusty as shit back in the day.
Always.
And we had a dusty ass.
It's before Dust Off caught on.
Sure, but I mean,
got
also,
my hands on it.
yeah. I mean, nobody I knew was using it. My dad's secretary had that. That's it. That was the only person I knew that had it, and she got mad at us because me and my brother were freezing each other's fingers with it.
Anytime I saw one of those in like somebody's office or something like that, all right, we're gonna get out of here.
Sure, have to go huff this away. It was
bad news, kids.
It was
Bad
too
news.
tempting to not have fun with as a toy, like to be like, I'm gonna shoot cold air at you. Like, what are we talking about here? But my stepdad had he liked the gadgets, right? So he's a single guy at the time, like before he met my mom, single guy, pretty decent income.
Pocket knife and a scrambler.
Pocket knife, dude, he had everything. All the antennas, the whole CB radio, 9 yards. So that was like, anytime we were in the car with him, that was like a treat, because you're like, I can play with all this shit. Sitting in my mom's car fucking stunk. But that was like, you felt like you were in the, the Enterprise. You felt like you were in the fucking Star Trek.
Be cool if we did like an FBI training, like how to like do like the spin outs and stuff like that.
Oh,
in
like
the van.
tactical drive. Oh, in the van?
Yeah.
I'm not rolling that thing.
Well, that's what
First of all, we got to get approved.
That's
for
what we're gonna be in.
What?
We'll be in that. You got to train on the thing you're in, like so you can do the. And peel
You're
out.
not driving this thing.
I didn't say I was.
Sure. So what are we, fucking knocking over banks? We're going to be cruising slowly to Cleveland and Pittsburgh in April. Second show's out of both cities.
If you get jammed up, you want to be able to make a move.
2,000 for an evasive driving course.
All right.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
We'll do it.
We're going no. The point of the van was not to do
rob banks.
to do jewelry heist. It was to nice family.
I'm not talking about those smash and grab jobs you see on TikTok. I'm talking about something elegant. Coming in the middle of the night, you got the thing, you knock out the wall, you go in, bing, bang, boom.
Thomas Crown Affair style.
And yeah, forget about it. Put a nice tux on, steal the Mona Lisa. I get stuck under the door.
There was 5 fat guys in a conversion van. They stopped by Mickey D's on the way out.
We'd be busted in 2 seconds.
Also, I don't think any eating in a car for the first trip or two. No, like you're allowed to snacks.
Snacks.
No wet foods.
No lettuce. Like
no, you can eat
hoagie
all.
lettuce.
No, hold on. You can eat all the lettuce you want.
I was thinking hoagie lettuce.
Is that where your brain goes when you think lettuce?
When you
is
say,
on a sandwich?
When you say wet, shredded wet hoagie.
I didn't say
lettuce.
shredded wet. I just said
I
no
thought-
wet foods.
All right.
You immediately, okay, no
Hey,
vegetables.
No mayo on that. It jammed up.
Nah, no sandwiches, mostly stuff. Well, you stop at whatever snacks you can get at a gas station. No fast food or not. I'm gonna be rolling this thing with an iron. I'm gonna be like my dad. I'm be turning around.
Okay.
Be turning around hitting you motherfucker.
Okay.
Speaking of, this is perfect. This is from Drew. Did anyone's dad actually turn the car around if you didn't knock it off?
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever happened to me.
Yeah, it happened to us at a 4th of July party. We were acting up in the back seat, and we were driving to my buddy's dad's buddy's Scow's place.
What a name.
Shout out to
Christ.
Scow. We were driving there. That was like the party house. We were driving over there 4th of July. My brother and I both had lice at the time.
I mean, you are a born dirtbag, dude.
It was like the third.
Why are you going to a party? You got fucking lice.
It was like kind of like coming to the end of it or
Nah,
something
you
like
gotta,
that.
you're feral. You gotta stay home at that point. You can't be bringing
All the
lice.
kids had lice back then. But we didn't make it because we started screwing around in the back seat. And that was like, my mom was like, should we go or should we not go? And we were driving over there and we started trouble. So I had to my mom brought us back to the house, brought me up to the bathroom and started doing that lice comb. And she was not being tender.
Sure.
And I heard the fireworks going off outside. Sucked.
Dude, imagine the balls of being a fat little kid riddled with lice and being like acting like an asshole. Like no self-aware, no like, you know what, maybe I should just keep my mouth shut. I'm covered in bugs right now. I'm infested with bugs. Maybe I shouldn't break my parents' stones. Maybe that.
I had crabs too at the time.
A little bit of gonorrhea.
Kid made moves back then.
Not my fault I was closing it.
Cracking dingers at the Little League Park, you know what I mean? Brought in the snack shop, wanted a piece of the kid.
Uh-huh. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, they turned it around. But usually that was all bullshit. You know, if you got far enough away, that's when you start, hey, you gonna turn around, dickhead? Huh? You turn around? Fuck out of here.
Well, the good thing about the divorced parents is they never unionized. You know what I mean? Like, they never discussed. Like,
There was never a situation where one of you did something and they had the fucking, or was it just like ping pong?
What do you mean?
Like, let's say Danny did something. Would he get yelled at by your mom and then yelled at by your dad? They never came together?
Yeah, but we were in the car together where we're causing a scene, and they could
Sure.
both go, you know what? We should have never done this. We should have never had them. I mean, you know.
It's got to be for...
No, so it was, Big Dan got called in for she stopped trying at some point and was like.
Was there ever a point after the divorce where you came home and he was there? Because I would shit my pants.
No. It was even more
I thought they threw you out.
Oh, buddy, I thought you two were on the outs. What the hell? I brought you back
He
together.
said, dude, I would, man.
No, it was the worst because it was the wait. You got to wait for him to come pick you up. Oh, man.
2 weekends from now, you're fucking dead.
He'd get called. No, he'd get called at like, noon or whatever, and he's not picking us up till after work at 6.
6:15. Cold wait.
He was constantly on. He was constantly on like. I forget the name of the road. Like I'm on fucking 5th Ave or whatever, and it was just like
10 blocks away, stuck in traffic.
Yeah, and the big joke was like, how long is 5th Street? It's like you've been on it for 3 hours. You called me 3 hours ago.
Jammed up.
But yeah, that was the bad. That was the bad.
As a dad has a little more whatever, but as a recently divorced mom,
You're speaking from experience.
with you two in the back seat, I mean, dude, there was probably moments where she felt helpless. Just like,
We got to add in my sister. She wasn't no spring chicken either. Her and Danny would fist fight. She was a little bigger as a kid. Her and Danny would fucking go at it. Dude, those Sullivan girls, they don't play.
goes right for his earring. What the fuck?
That was us driving down the shore. A lot of times, Denise would try to split us up. I'll drop you off at Patty's.
Put you on a
The
bus.
boys can drive down with Aunt Patty, or I'll drop you off at Aunt Karen's. The boys can drive down with Aunt Karen. I'll take the girls.
I had to put you on a
I usually
bus.
had to roll with the broads. I was too young.
That's fun, though. I used to love hanging out with the broads when I was a kid.
I didn't know what they were talking about.
Ooh, my Aunt Mary Catherine would take me over to bingo on a Wednesday night.
Sure.
All the Werthers and Salem 100s I could get in my system.
Uh-huh. All right, let's see. This one's from Waffle Fries. Is it garbage that on a family trip to Florida, my whole family flew except me because we couldn't afford another ticket, so I drove the 20-hour drive by myself. I was 16 years old.
What the fuck?
That's crazy.
Nuts. What'd you spend on gas? Gas had to be at least 100.
Yeah, but you got to
That's-
figure this might be mid-90s or so, late 90s. Gas was 99 cents a gallon.
You got to drive. So that means he had to leave. Either he left
And a day
2
ahead of
days
time,
early
Yeah.
or he missed a couple of days. Man, if my whole family was at Disney World and we left at the same time, I'd be hot-footing it down there. I fucking missed the Magic Kingdom or something like that like an asshole.
Talk about jammed the fuck up, dude. That's bad.
Drive down. That's the trashiest shit ever.
Also, the 2 longest drives I ever did, I guess it was 3 times. I went to and from Myrtle Beach, spring break, and my mom's like 97 Bravada. I remember she's like, she got an oil change beforehand. She's like, I didn't have a car. Maybe I had the loom. And she's like, you're not taking the loom. Like, no way the loom's making it. Sorry, maybe I didn't have a car. I forget. This might have been between Loom and Montego. And I was driving the boys down, and she's like, dude, this is how insane the crew I was rolling with. The best car anybody could get their hands on.
Was it Tigo?
No, it was a 99 Bravada. And it was like, yeah, everybody that could call in favors to get a car, it was that.
That's always a bad look. When you have to not use your card for the road. It's not going to make it. Is it
No.
okay if I take the...
Mine would have made it to Dover, Delaware. We were leaving Temple. We were leaving Philly.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was freshman year maybe or sophomore year, spring break.
I think our second longest was, going in a caravan is even crazier. My cousin graduated from school in North Carolina, so we were all driving down there for the graduation. I had gotten in, this was my junior year of high school, I had gotten in serious trouble towards the end of wrestling season. Like, I almost got kicked out of school. Like, it was a problem. And they put me in the car, just me with my Uncle Frank, who... I honestly
That's brutal.
it was just me and him in a Lincoln Town car. All
Talk
right?
about running out of stuff to say.
He was like the enforcer of the family. Very quiet, very funny, but very quiet. But when we were kids, it was very, he was like an ex-teacher. He was a teacher and all that kind of stuff. So you couldn't get away with any of the bullshit you get away with the other parents. And man, I didn't know they were doing it. I was like, all right, here we go. I
got my gummy bears, guys. We're gonna share cassettes, right?
I'm jammed up at school. I think it kind of blows over, and then I see this black Lincoln pull up, and I'm like, what's Uncle Frank doing here? And my dad's like, his wife got out of the car, got in my mom's car, came in, and he's like, you're gonna drive down with your Uncle Frank. Dude, I felt like Lefty. I took my rings off. I swear to God, dude.
You know I love you, right? You're kissing everybody on the cheek.
I gave myself a 50-50 chance of getting back. I thought we were going to pull off. I was going to give me the Adriana special. He didn't say a word till after D.C. And then it was like...
You shit your pants, kid?
It was like, so what happened at school? And, man, I got the scary riot act all the way down there.
Sure.
Ooh, man, I was hanging on my mom's hips when I got down.
I'm never gonna do it. 6 minutes later, fist fighting some bitch. Fist fighting the neighbor. That just reminded me. I didn't remember. We drove my dad, my stepmom, my younger brother, and Danny. Drove from Philadelphia to like outside of Quebec. For a soccer tournament in my dad's buddy's conversion van. That thing was fucking sweet. Remember, it had a table in it. Do you remember that?
See, like
It had
that.
like an octagon table.
That's the exact situation.
What?
Your dad didn't take his own car. He took his buddy's. Was the buddy with you?
No. It was Buddy Sam.
So shady, man. Dude, trying to get across.
We might have been muling. I don't know.
Trying to get across the border. License and registration.
This was the 90s.
Here's the thing. It's not registered to me.
I don't think they hate you with license. They hate you with just ID. They don't ask for registration of the
They
car.
don't ask you whose car it is?
I don't think so.
Because that's tough to explain.
License and registration. No, I don't think they asked. I don't think they're more worried about the guy coming in than the car.
Sure.
It
Yeah.
could have been very "We Are the Millers" or whatever, and fucking I could have had a couple of balloons up my ass. I don't know. So he did ask me to swallow some bags, if I remember. But yeah, that was like, dude. And I remember we did it. I remember. So we were up there, And like all pre-internet, you got you're just going off. So we're up there with a soccer team, and we're talking. The guy was also my 4th grade teacher.
My dad notoriously got lost every trip.
I remember that we tried to go to Niagara Falls from Quebec, which, I mean, I think it was one of those things of like, you're up here.
Not like halfway across the country?
It was far, dude. It was
driving
far.
back the other way.
That's a 10-hour drive.
Yeah, and we added it on. And I remember being like, I remember just driving for what seemed like day. I don't think
As a kid, dude, 2 hours could have been 6 weeks.
And we didn't stay at any hotel. I think we fucking raw dogged it up. Like, he just fucking heaters and coffee, probably a couple of bevies, probably a couple of mix.
Road sodies?
And then we tagged that on. And I remember in his brain, he's like, we're in Canada. Can't be that far.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's like, just throw it on there. And we tagged it on. And I mean, I felt like we were like we were Moses going through the desert, dude.
Missed a week of school.
Oh, it was so long. It was so long and so hot. I remember an overheating factor.
They had to hold you back a year. You missed finals.
I get off like I'm in 3rd grade with a full beard. My trip was long. Yeah.
Is that Moses?
I don't know. That was just an old guy voice. It was a long. I just remember being like, that was so out of character. One, we didn't go anywhere. We only went Philadelphia to Wildwood. That's the only places we ever went. Remember, my dad would go to South Carolina with his boys in the van, and they'd go like hunting.
That's a good time.
And he'd bring back fireworks. And to me, that was like, I would go into school and be like, my dad drove to South Carolina. Like, he went to the Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
That was like that was
Machu Picchu.
that was the most exotic place anybody I knew went.
Couple of cherry bombs for the kids.
Hey, got Sam's Pizza down there, Dad?
There were those road trips that I didn't understand. Like, I remember being like, why the fuck are we going here? Some flea market somewhere, some state fair, some shit like that. That sucked.
Sure.
Like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Catch your goddamn Goonies is out. What's going on? Catch the 12:30.
You'll get a large popcorn. Catch a matinee, something. What are we doing here, dog?
Straight.
All right, let's see here. This is a famous move by our previous boy. Rest in peace. This is from E.B. McBurney's. Taking an alternate route to avoid tolls, even if it's way out of the way.
Oh yeah,
man, that is I remember that would be on Garmin's.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cotton, our old pilot for a long time.
Yeah.
Our old road dog. He did all the driving in the Jeep.
Uh-huh.
And he used to talk about the Garmin like it was a guy.
Yeah.
I got Garmin. I got the Garmin. He'd throw it in there, avoid all tolls.
That was the first time going from Philly to New York that I drove. I think it was Route 1.
He would take Route 1 to the bridge. A lot of times you take Route 1 for traffic purposes and you hop on the turnpike.
It seemed like hours.
It's
There's
crazy.
lights every 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Get on the goddamn highway.
It's crazy.
It's the middle of the night. What are we doing here?
Sure. That was, he was also the king of, didn't want to put too much gas in the car. Because, dude, I remember one time we drove out to Lancaster or something to do a show, or somewhere out in the middle of the state, and we stopped for gas, like, I'm not even joking, like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And it's like a 3-hour drive. We could have filled up and then got there.
We get 6 on bump 2. Just enough to get, they might need that cash. That was all of our capital at the time.
Sure.
So we did have a little bribe money.
Uh-huh.
In case the local sheriff
He was also the guy.
smashed the tail light.
It was me, him, and Reggie. We were going on a road trip. Same thing, out that way. When we started and got, like, relatively proficient at comedy, you could get those gigs in, like, just those weird small towns in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, $300.
Yeah, I mean, they still got that going on. I'll do it.
He'll headline. You feature. He'll host. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you bring you can do a gig. I mean, sometimes I'd go out and you just weren't getting. I was a low man on the totem pole, so you're not getting paid. I could give you $30 or whatever out of his pay.
Sure.
But we went to rent a car, and he didn't have a license or insurance, and he's like, "You believe they're not giving me a car?" I'm like, "What, dude?" Yeah. So we had to drive because the Jeep was on the fence of making it the long. We pulled up in the Jeep to rent the car. And then, or maybe, dude, I think he was going to have someone else rent it. And then there was like an issue with a license, a credit card, and insurance.
Credibility.
And He's in there for like, if you're in a place like that,
Half hour, you're done.
anything over 15 minutes, it's a coin flip whether or not you're getting that service.
Uh-huh.
And he was in there for an hour. And me and Reggie were in the car. And I'm like, there ain't no way.
That's how when we first started to tour, we couldn't do it because we only had debit cards. We didn't have credit cards.
Yeah, we had to rent on Toro, which, for all the dirtbags out there, great way to get around the major, to get around Enterprise. Because Enterprise won't rent you a car if you don't have a credit card or a return ticket from that airport. I've learned. Even if you go, hey, just take the $500 hold, they don't do it. So Toro will do it. So shout out Toro helping the.
So if you got a roadie coming up with the boys.
Yeah, helping dirtbags get on the road.
Toro, when you're running from the cops.
I mean, that is a shady app. Also, good way to make a couple of bucks. It's like Airbnb for your car.
Sure.
I used to pick up just random people's cars. Man, talk to you. Just drive into a not a great neighborhood, and you're like just looking for somebody, and you're just like, this ain't great. They just be getting some beat up fucking car. Whoo! All right, let's see. This one's from Fran. I once made it all the way from Arkansas to Galveston, Texas, and back with no money.
Wow.
We stole from Walmart and
Okay.
returned it for cards, which we could use for gas and food.
Damn.
When we needed cash for hotels and weed, we would steal video games and then take them to GameStop. Listen, I don't condone
That's
that
off
behavior,
the grid.
but talk about making it work.
What's that distance? Arkansas to Galveston.
That's gotta. I mean, sometimes you get into Texas. And
4
Texas
hours?
No, that's got to be 8.
You got to map out the GameStops. You got to map out the Walmarts. Man, that's a road trip right there.
8 hours, 20 minutes.
Holy
sniped
shit.
that. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
I mean, you got to figure that's
Multiple scams.
That's
going.
multiple tanks of gas. That's at least one set of hotel rooms and a bag of weed.
The bag of weed's great.
But you only get like 75 cents on those games.
Maybe back then, the new ones. I don't know.
I mean, say they went to, Circuit City or whatever was banging at the time, stole an NBA 2K5, whatever, like the newest one.
$20, $30 or something.
Went and sold it, which was going, I mean, what they used to go for like, those were, I don't know what they are anymore, but
50, 60
they were like
bucks?
$50. You get $17 for it.
Also, you never know. You get some nerd behind the counter at the GameStop. I'll take it. Here's
They
$60,
kind of
get
had a
outta here.
famous racket, though, GameStop, where
They
they
were
would.
notoriously paid you like a nickel.
Yes.
But,
Right.
I mean, if you got no cash and someone's going to give you $4, you go, hey, I got 5 games. It's $20. That's 2 dime bags where I come from. But bum of paper.
Joke's on him. Sonic's in there. Later. Dip out.
Yeah. Damn, that's like New Frontier type shit. That's like Forging West.
Playing life on hard.
Yeah.
Me and my boy Tommy Dufresne in college drove down to
San Juantaneo?
drove down to Virginia in his Citation.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh.
Ford?
Yes.
A Ford
Rough.
Citation.
Maybe Chevy Citation. Rough.
Oh, my.
Yeah, to meet these girls. And we went down
Oh, man,
there.
it did not go well. I'm taking a look at the car.
We had a bag of weed, and we had maybe like $20 on us. And on the way back, we had spent all of our money. So we just got to the tolls, and we're like, hey, we have no money.
Mhm.
They made us fill out
A
some form.
They take your driver's license.
Never
whatever.
heard of it.
Yeah.
Wherever that got mailed to, I don't know.
Yeah, that was a thing. That was a thing back in the day before Easy Pass or whatever. It was like
How do they get you coming? How do you get away with anything?
I get people texting. They're texting my wife.
Oh my God, that just happened.
Hey, you owe us a debt. It's about to go into collection. She forwards it to me. It's $6. I go,
Freaks out.
you figure it out. I got Easy Pass.
Yeah.
It ain't on me
No,
to do your.
that's a scam. That's a scam.
Oh,
with
it's
the
a scam?
Yeah. She didn't follow that link, did she?
I might have.
Oh, you're fucked.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, that's how they get you,
Oh
idiot.
man, they probably
Who the fuck's texting?
They probably got my baby. I don't know.
This
God
is
damn
Kathy
it.
Hochul. What do you think? The governor's calling you?
I don't know. I thought because
You
it
want
was
a
on her
conversion
account.
van.
What?
And you want a conversion van?
No Easy Pass. We're going off the grid.
Oh, really?
No.
Stop and throw in a change in. That'd be pretty fun.
That was it. Yeah.
I don't think you can do that anymore.
No, some places throw the change in. No, I think it's just they're all attendance.
Yeah.
Because nothing's changed. They used to be 30 cents or whatever. Now it's like I mean, you can't pay an $11 toll with nickels.
I wanted to do that one summer in college when I was taking a lot of acid. I was going to get a job as a toll booth operator overnight, take acid every time, and write a book about it. I just landscaped.
Whatever happened to
Just landscaped took the acid.
couldn't pass the drug test to join the union.
Is that a union job?
I'm sure.
That's pretty good.
Around here,
Pretty good.
I would imagine that's some sort of teamster. That's got a lot of money. That's a government job. That's good bennies, good pension.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to fall under someone's wetting their beak on that.
Well, we were somewhere. I remember.
What do you got, Luke?
Their toll booth operators represented in union, yeah.
Okay.
I knew it. I also remember. I don't know if this was all over this great country of ours, which you can see explored on Route 66. There was there used to be no pennies.
Mm-mm.
The ones on the turn, or the ones on like the going down the shore were no pennies. No pennies, no pennies, no pennies. And my uncle, who was a cop, was like, they take the pennies. Hey, guy, it's legal So we heard that.
Somebody
And
pulls
every
out that legal tender argument. That's legal tender.
Every time we drove
No,
by,
that's a Blockbuster card, sir.
every time we drove by, I drove by a toll, and I saw a sign that said no pennies. If you think I wasn't dropping, nah, I never even did it. I was just dropping knowledge on whoever's in the car. My uncle's a cop. In the 15th, they take pennies.
That was always a stressful.
Also, there's no tolls in his district.
That was always a stressful transaction. Pulling up to between my mom and my dad, like if the exact change, give me the quarter. Hey, where's the ticket? Losing that ticket, I thought our whole family was gonna get arrested and fucking put in shackles. I don't know the ticket. Where's the ticket? It's freaking out.
That was a big thing on long car rides for us. Was getting the toll change ready out of the cup holder.
Of course.
That was like, I
Ready
felt
to
like
go.
a banker. Me and Danny, he'd be in the front seat. I'd be in the back leaning up on the center console. And we thought we were on the trading room floor, dude. I'm like, I got a nickel. You got 75 cents. You got this. You got that. You got that. You get this.
If you got cars,
30 miles out, we were getting
You
ready.
got cars behind you. They wanted that transaction to be smooth. They start
Smooth.
beeping at you.
Mhm.
Ooh, you lose your job.
We always, a lot of time, my dad always wanted a receipt for tax write-off purposes, so we were big on receipts.
I guarantee you he never looked at those things again.
No, he did. He would turn
Yeah?
them in. Yeah, dude, they would be in a stack. I remember one time laughing and counting. Dude, this is when I was working the book, so this is like 2011, before he had Easy Pass. We had Easy Pass, he would still get a receipt. Be like, let me get a receipt.
That's crazy.
But they'd be in a stack right here. Like right in the visor, and he'd let them get he'd turn them in at the end of every month or
Drop
whatever.
that thing, they go everywhere. Fuck.
You got to think it's probably a minimum couple $100 a month, as much as driving.
Yeah,
You
my
know what
dad
I mean?
saved all his gas receipts, but I don't know if he ever turned them in. They were just in the center console.
That. Yeah.
Some M&Ms.
Can I get a
and
receipt
shit.
for that? I used to do it when we started comedy. I was like, I want to write this. I get a receipt for that. Meanwhile, 2 weeks later, I'm blowing my nose in it, wiping ketchup on it or
Little
something.
special sauce.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. This is from Jeremy. Anytime we went on a road trip with my grandfather, no matter the distance, he would buy a CD at the beginning of the trip and listen to it on a continuous loop from start to finish. Once drove from southeastern Pennsylvania to Indianapolis, listening to a Kenny Rogers CD for 12 hours straight.
I like the move.
I
mean,
kinda
that's
like that.
psychotic, but yeah, if you
I
really
really
listen to
like
a
it.
whole album, something maybe you haven't heard in a while, but afterwards, listen, I've mentioned this before. It's not your fault.
I know where you're going. You make it seem like my fault.
I can't fucking listen to his playlist one more fucking time.
Then put on. Anytime you've ever said it. Listen, I'm driving.
If I hear that Tyler Childers song one more time, I'm gonna blow my brains out. Fantastic artist, great song.
Then
that
say
and Creedence.
something. Why do you sit there and stew and then boil it over and carry it over? Just go, hey, I'm going to put on somebody. I go, okay, great.
You know the playlist I'm talking about.
I love the playlist. I don't want to hear Oreo whatever all day, all right?
Oreo Shaffer
I think you're referring to REO Speedwagon.
or some Sticks. Back in black. Well, I know that's not Sticks, it's AC/DC.
I'll come
That's
up
what
with
everybody says.
how about we all come up with the playlist for the next road trip?
Buddy, listen. Download Spotify. You got Napster. So you're this is I love you, but you've been carrying this you carry this pain around and this aggravation on my playlist, which put on what I've never said, no, don't change it. I plug it in. I got a co-pilot 6 souls on board here. I'm driving. I've got to make sure everybody gets to the gig, safe, sound, and we get the check. I ain't worried about that. That's in the background. Put on whatever you want.
Texas, it was driving me crazy.
Dude, we were in the car for like, see, you've been holding on to it for 3 years. This is the problem. Then I don't even know. Then I put it on and you're like, yeah, this fucking song. You're in a bad mood.
I stood over you in the middle of the night one night.
Bam, bam, bam.
Debating slitting your throat.
Dude,
Comes to the plate.
it literally just goes on and hits, like you plug in your phone and it hits, I'm not searching.
We're in an Airbnb. You wake up and I'm standing over top of you. What's your first move? You're swinging?
Probably kill myself. I'd be suffocated under your huge ball bag.
I'm standing next to you, not on the bed. Balls out.
You're standing next to me?
Quietly, I'm just standing there. I don't sound like, hey, Kippy, wake up. You wake up, I'm just standing there.
I don't know. I mean, I'd go, what the fuck are you doing?
Are you holding anything?
Got a pair of my undies in your mouth.
Just doing a little sniffing.
Yeah, it would be weird. I don't know. I'd have a lot of questions.
Because I know you guys look in on me in the middle of the night.
What?
I know you look. Yes, you do.
You leave
told
your
me.
door open.
You leave
I
your
know.
door open. So, like, yeah, and listen, you leave your door open.
That's for vampires.
and you're hooked up to a generator. I'm going to peer in there. I hear a noise cooking. It's like, what's this? Like, first of all, we're not looking at you. It's not the middle of the night. You sleep later than everybody else. So we wake up, we go down and make our scrambled eggs like goddamn gentlemen, proper gentlemen, maybe a green juice. And
I always know when the door's closed when I wake up and one of those fucking probably took a picture of me. I bet you Cassidy probably has fucking like 10 pictures of me sleeping. It's not attractive.
yeah, you sleep with the door open. Wild move in a room full of bros.
I get scared in there by myself. I get to see the light on.
iPhone full volume. I can hear all of Star
Blasting.
Wars.
Buddy, hold on. So back to our upcoming road trip. You have full control. I want nothing but full control. You have full control over the radio, right?
Okay.
You got to get Spotify,
Uh-huh.
right? You can get up. You can build your own playlist.
Uh-huh.
My phone's going to be. Luke can't help you. You got to build your own
I'll do
playlist. Okay. And then you can share that playlist with whoever's phone is plugged in.
This is like you're selling Spotify right now.
Yeah, it's a pretty good service.
Now,
You
what
should check
about-
out? We got full video on there.
What about this old rule of not eating in the car? I think it's time to change that.
It's not even a new car. It's got 9 miles on it. That's how many miles it got on it. 9 miles.
Who the fuck drove at 9 miles?
Probably just been scooting around. Test drive here.
2024.
2024. It's how they see. The 2025s are available,
Are they?
but they upcharge. I said, "What's the difference?" I got to be honest with you, not really anything.
Wow. You talked to this guy?
Talked to him yesterday. Good guy.
You didn't talk to Fred Beans himself, did you?
No, I talked to Gary Beans.
You're lying.
Yeah, I am. But also, it's like I come from such dirtbag. I start sending out my feelers to all my group text.
Mm-hmm.
I say, hey, because I'm calling. I'm not getting I didn't get a response. So I go, hey, we know anybody over there at Beansies? And
I thought we did. We had a homie that
homie
worked
did, but I lost the message or the comment or wherever. Well, I don't know where that went. I can't go back and find that now. Long was the internet. Internet's a busy place. That was weeks ago. But I reached out, and everybody's like, right away, Pat's like, yo, talk to my dad. Shout out Mr. S. He was like, talk to my dad. And then by that time, I had heard back already.
Nice.
So, but you gotta go in with somebody. But then this guy ended up. I grew up right not that far from him, like 3 minutes away. He's like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "Bucks." I'm in Bucks now. I live in we're chopping it up.
I remember Patty embarrasses.
He also wants to come to his show.
Who?
The guy we're working with.
Let's see what the fucking deal looks like.
I mean, that's what I said. I said, hey, buddy, you make right on a deal. I'll throw a couple 2-3 tickets your way.
Half price.
Maybe a T-shirt signed. Charge you for the autograph.
Patty did that fucking when we went in to get one of the cars. The guy knew a friend of ours or something like that, and we were in there, and it was like the guy that owned the place was like the one handling us because it was a favor to the person that we knew. But then his wife showed up, and my mom like introduced like, oh, we've known whatever, and the guy's like, well, we just met, but I'm like, what the fuck? Getting banged over the head for this. Here comes the undercoating. Spray it right in my mouth.
Also, do we want any kind of This is in the road trip world. Do we want any kind of
Tin it out, murder it out, gunmetal black.
bumper stickers? I feel the garbage mobile's got to have something.
If you see the van rocking, come knocking. Like it weird.
This one is I got pegged at the Cracker Barrel. That's pretty good. I want like proper offensive ones.
Nobody rides for free. Gas, grass, or ass.
Ass, gas, or grass. This one's pretty good. I love sucking dicks with my butthole. We might have to get that, dude. That might have to. We might have to get that one. Wow, that's amazing, dude. Oh, we got to get a windshield thing too at the top of the
banner.
Yeah.
Okay, what's
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like Tootie's Ride or whatever, or like
Sure.
what was the one in Kill Bill, the Shaggin' Wagon or whatever?
I can't remember.
The Pussy Wagon. I think it was called the Pussy Wagon. This is AYG after dark now.
That's good shit.
Hold on. Let's see if there's any other solid. I got a BBL at AutoZone. That could be
What's
you.
a BBL?
Brazilian butt lift.
That's pretty good.
Oh. We got to get something. Luke, come up with a couple of them. Spread cheeks, not hate. Also pretty good. Why are they? Dude, who would ride? These are for sale. Who would ride around with
Get a
these?
set of those nuts and put them on the back too.
Truck nuts?
Yeah.
That's a little too on the nose.
What about some of those?
We do got a hitch.
We do?
Yeah, it's goddamn conversion van.
You could put me in a little suite in the back.
Just put you in a lazy boy.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
What about those?
This one says, "Please be patient. I'm 9 years old."
What about the Yosemite Sam's? Mud flaps.
Whoa. We can mud flap it up.
Mud flap it up. Get some chains on it.
Mm-hmm.
Some snow chains.
I don't think you need snow. I mean,
Fuck it.
sure.
Let the city worry about that. Going through like a Panzer tank.
We
We also have to stock it up with some stuff for the car. Got to have some extra antifreeze. Got to have a little armor all.
I think all that stuff's. I mean, like, I don't think we need extra antifreeze with it. It's got 9 miles on it.
You never know. Windshield wiper fluid.
That should all get you for
Paninis.
panini press. I ain't gonna eat the paninis. Yeah. We got to come up with something for the windshield, and then we got to get a guy that can do that.
Who's fucking?
Something like they're like the something good.
Suck my dick, bitch.
Jesus Christ. Goddamn family program.
That too much?
Dude, I love sucking dicks with my butt. It's
That's
so
hysterical.
funny.
That's a home run.
Also some magnets. Like we should put some bullet holes on it. What? We got to make it, couple of chromies, nice set of chromies.
The kids steal them, though.
It's all right. They're a nickel.
Somebody got me. Stole my hubcap.
Really?
Yeah. All of them gone. Might have been a kid at Pep Boys. Gave him a little lip.
So how about this one? 68, you do me, and I owe you one.
That's all right. You do me, and I owe you one.
These are all like Larry the Cable Guy lines. This is awesome.
That's a home run.
That's all right. Damn. All right, we got to trick this thing out with. Let us know what trashy things we need on it. I say chromies, good mud flaps, maybe a bullet hole sticker too. Nothing crazy. I don't want it to look like we were in Sicario or nothing.
Mogadishu.
But yeah, you know what I mean. And then we needed some sort of what are they called? The windshield slogans.
Okay.
I don't know if slogans is the right word, but you catch me.
How about a couple of sponsors?
For the van?
Yeah, make it look like a fucking NASCAR car.
Whoa.
Bang this thing out.
Like what?
I don't know. STP, Getty Oil.
They're not going to give us any money.
Whoever wants to
You're going to
play
sit in a
ball.
parking garage most of the time.
Take this thing down to Daytona.
Sure.
Show them what's up.
All right, let's see. This one's from Big Titted Animal. Great name. Raise your hand if you used to ride in the bed of the truck that had a truck cover shell on it during road trips from Oregon to Southern California.
Love it.
God damn. I had a lot of pillows and blankets back there, handheld games like poker, blackjack, and had a CD player and cassette tape player with me. As a young kid, that's like a fort. You got pillows, you got blankets. Those blackjack and poker games.
Those windows on those things that opened up, man, those took many a fingers.
Oh yeah.
The little those things, they closed hard.
Yeah, because they would lose the shot, like the piston would lose the shot or whatever.
Back of the pickup, we did pretty regularly when I was a kid. My one buddy who was older, Johnny Mitt, had a truck.
Sure.
And he was on the wrestling team, so he would drive us. And it would be him, some other senior or whatever in the front, and me and his brother in the back. Like middle of winter, freezing.
Sure.
But my uncle had a truck with the cover on it.
Yeah.
From Lake Tahoe to Reno, Nevada. Can you give me how far that is, Lukey? Lake Tahoe. There's actually Serene Lakes, California to Reno, Nevada. This is when we went to that buffet. Me and my cousins rode in the back, and my brother, of a pickup truck. 1989.
Serene Lakes, Tahoe to Reno, Nevada.
Yeah.
48 minutes.
That's it?
The longest day of my life. Arduous journey.
It
I
felt
wasn't
like
the
the
same
Donner
man.
Pass. That's it? 48 minutes?
You are such a bozo,
We
dude.
were on the highway.
That's like 3 stop signs, dude.
You got to be doing it wrong.
It's in Tahoe National Forest, and then it gets you right to Reno, man.
Not Tahoe. Do Serene Lakes, California.
I'm in Serene Lakes.
38 minutes.
What?
Yeah, Reno's right over the border, man.
48 minutes.
That's insane.
Felt like 3 days. Lost a lot of good people on that trip. Oh, man. I stink. 48 minutes. You bastard. Could have juiced it up for the program.
They probably might have 44 minutes.
42 is fastest route.
What?
You're avoiding tolls. I
No
probably
tolls.
did. I'd drive around the lake.
Dirtball.
That's too good. All right, let's see here. This is from Maddie Mack. Family drove the Dodge Intrepid, great car, from Nova
Big car.
Scotia to Orlando to go to Disney World. Dude, Nova Scotia's at the top of the east coast of fucking...
That ain't 48 minutes. I'll
No.
tell you that.
With a stop in Myrtle Beach.
I'm going to say that's 40 hours.
It's got to be. 36.
30.
Whoa.
I mean, that's crazy.
I mean, but figure it's 30 hours. Figure you drive... You got a family, probably 8 a day.
8 a day is crazy.
That's a long day.
That's crazy.
So 8 a day, what's that? That's 5. Yeah. Oh, no. It's like 4 days. He said they only stopped in Myrtle Beach. That can't be right.
So that's fucking 15 hours. Oh, my God.
That was my first introduction to people from Canada. Was a lot of people did the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Because it's like they would drive down, because it's out of there. I guess the weather's probably a little nicer, because like you got to figure like.
Just stop in Rhode Island. Forget about the Great
But
White
that
Sharks.
water's not that. That's free. I mean, it don't get to like South Jersey level temperatures.
Plus, they got killers in those waters.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Dude. You couldn't get me in the fucking bay in Rhode Island.
I remember seeing cars like they were all minivans from Quebec or Montreal in Wildwood and being like, "You're from another planet." dude."
Why was it? What? And listen, Disney World is unbelievable. But why was it always driving? They're driving down.
It's probably
They're
so
driving
so
down.
expensive.
I know.
So you're like, if I can save, $1,500, $2,000.
Dude, it's always Disney World. Think of how many families have gotten into fights and arguments.
Most
And
families in the country.
Think of how many divorces have occurred on trips like that. This is it.
I got to be honest with you. If you're driving from Nova Scotia to Florida, you're probably getting divorced at some point. You guys haven't made the best life decisions at that, thus far.
Things are on the rocks. Anywho.
Yeah, you're playing with a half stack.
Sure.
That's all I'm saying. Not throwing any shade, but
Sure.
You can go to Canada's Wonderland.
I'd like to do the reverse.
they have, that's their Disney theme park.
Is it an actual Disney?
No.
It's Disney. Yikes.
All right, this was from Shy Link. We drove to Texas from Chicago. There was too much luggage that I never had a seat. I had laid on a lot of flat surfaces for about 16-some hours.
That's so dangerous, man.
That's brutal.
You would be catapulted.
Luke had to do that for a very long road trip.
He was all right back there.
Dude, listen, I don't feel bad for many people that I'm paying, but I did feel bad. That was his first real trip with us. He was all the way in the back. We had...
It's like 112 pounds.
I know, but dude, that third row in some of those SUVs, that's why we went minivan. The minivan's always better. The third row in the SUV, the floor's higher, so your knees are in your fucking Adam's apple. And, I mean, he had pelicans and hard shit. Dude.
Those pelicans would have squashed your brains.
I remember looking back
peach.
at some point being like, I can't see Luke. That's how bad it was.
I had to do a little editing back there.
Yeah, he's
too.
back there on a computer editing.
That all worked out. You're on a goddamn tour bus. 2,500 miles.
All worked out, baby. I got Route 66.
Kid's turning into an all Mike Pro. He's doing plugs and a few things that he's saying. That's pretty good where I come from.
I already sold the windshield on the van.
All right, let's see here. This one, I'd like to get your take on this. This is just from Dad, I think. My grandpa pissed in a bottle on a road trip. No biggie, but then this dude dumped it while driving on the highway, and piss just came across the whole side of the van. We were never a pee in the car kind of, I mean...
Nah, we weren't on the run from anybody.
Maybe once or twice with my dad if it was like, we were younger and it was like...
Side of the road.
Side of the road for sure. Dude, all on the AC Expressway. Or if we were like, hey, we can't get over. And I'm like, I'm going to pee myself. My dad's like, all right, find a water. You know,
You must
maybe.
have sucked.
Yeah. It's bad. I remember one time I was shit myself on the way back from an Eagles game. I think I wore a pair of my mom's jeans. I'm not even laughing because
They were comfortable and they fit in all the right places.
It was so cold that I had to wear like I wore someone's jeans. I had to wear leggings under, like sweat, like because dude, we went to a game and
Thermals.
but we like a lot of layers. It might have been my mom's like aerobics, outfit for those.
I feel like a woman.
Hot. Ooh, I'm up there doing the hip thrust.
And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
And I remember my pants being so tight, and we were at Byberry and Bustleton, and I was ready to shit my pants. Like, proper.
It serves you right. 6 fucking soft pretzels.
Soft, I was probably mulching diesels, chicken nuggies, French fry, whatever. And I remember everybody was in the car, and my dad's like, undo your belt. And I was doing that thing where you like, I was young, so I was not sitting. I'd push my feet on the ground and my shoulders on the back of the thing, so I was like straight because my stomach hurt so bad, like sitting at a 90-degree angle that I needed some move, like I was breaking off the.
You gotta loosen up the large intestines.
Yes, and I remember my dad just being like, "Let me know if you're gonna go," and I was like, the first time I'm like sweating, really concentrating on not, but. All was fine. We made it home or made it somewhere we could stop. But
Stopping at a friend's house. Hey, the fat one's got to dump one out.
had to be rough. But I never peeing in a bottle rare like it for sure happened. For sure happened.
I don't got the dick for it, first of all.
Nah, I didn't like that because there's also other kids in the car. So you're like older kids, or my sister's friends.
I don't got the dick for it now is what I'm saying. Back then, maybe I'd get away with it.
I was 6.
I would just end up peeing in my face like a baby.
Peeing in your nose.
I got my dad bad one time.
Recently?
When I was like 8.
You peed on him?
Yeah, I was peeing. I remember me and my brother peeing
What,
in
do
a
you owe
bottle
your money or something?
all the time.
In a bottle?
Yeah,
I
in
mean,
the
we did it
car.
enough, yeah.
We did it so much. I just weirdly remember that. And then you get scared when it gets to the top.
Yeah, that
Freak out
panic, dude.
Woo! You need a 32-ouncer for that. You can't do that in a can. How you doing?
I mean, we were lucky enough we had enough Wawa iced tea bottles floating around. They had a pretty big head for a young boy. You know what I mean?
Can't fill up a half a gallon.
A couple Gatorade bottles floating around. A couple of wide mouth boys.
Quick edit. Kippy's computer died, and Uncle Hank needed a hot chocolate.
a little hot chocolate chai latte.
It's a green tea.
Also, guys, my computer died because we're doing a longer episode today since we are dropping the special this week. That's making up for the second episode that typically comes out on Thursdays.
Yeah.
So come Thursday, Wednesday night, you're looking for an episode, go watch the special.
Mm-hmm.
And
Let that puppy run.
And share with your friend. By that point, it could be at 10 million views. I don't know. We could be the next Mr. Beast. I could be building my own production company in North Carolina or something. I need you, P. I could be feeding, putting electricity in Africa or whatever that guy's doing.
Giving Luke $1 million for keeping his hand on the conversion van for 3
That's
days.
pretty good. We could do that with the homies.
To do what?
I don't know, some kind of contest. Give them $10. All right, let's get back into it. This is one we haven't talked about. This is from Mr. Gambini. Shout out to the Gambinis and the whole Gambini crime family.
Of course.
3-hour car ride, and you stop at Wawa with $20. What's the lineup?
Woo! Wait, we all have $20 to split?
Sure. Or you have your. Wait, you're not getting it on my 20. You're
That's
getting
what I'm
with
asking you.
$20.
Yes. That's easy. Have we eaten?
We're
hungry.
It's up to you. What do you want in this?
I'm getting a classic length turkey hoagie with Swiss, mayo, lettuce, tomato, salt, pepper, oregano, lettuce, tomato, onion. I'm getting a bag of, if we're in a fantasy here, I'm getting a bag of Hers barbecue corn chips, which I don't think they make anymore, but they were my favorite. If you want them, you got to find them in the party mix, but you got to dig through because they got pretzels and shit. That's what I'm getting.
You're going off things that don't exist. We're going. I mean, let's really keep this rooted in reality. You're going to what are you getting now?
They
things
still
that
exist.
They still exist.
Do they sell them at Wawa?
I don't think they sell them at Wawa.
I can get them on Instacart.
Yeah, listen.
Gotta go to the factory. Make a pit stop in Hanover.
Sure.
All right, fine.
Yeah, what do you mean? I mean,
A bag of Munchos,
fair enough.
because I like that combo.
And they will cut your mouth up. They are sodium.
Big orange Gatorade,
Okay.
and a bag of Snyder's chocolate-covered pretzels.
You're probably right around. Yeah, I'll give you that. You're probably right at
If I have
give or
a
take a
if
buck.
I have a little left over,
Maybe some of them candies at the.
I'll put that in my acorns.
Hey, round up. It's for yourself. You're a good kid.
If I have a little left over, a bag of wild berry Skittles.
Okay.
And then I'll probably sleep for the rest of the show.
Just complain about the radio station.
Put me in a sugar coma.
Sure.
That would be my move.
Mm-hmm. I'm probably driving, so I can't really eat. So I'm going mostly snack based.
I ain't never seen a guy drive as good as you with a bag of combos in your hand.
Woo!
With kids clack-a-lacking.
I like Days of Thunder.
Moves. I don't know how you do it. So you got 6 hands.
Listen, my OCD, I'm very methodic, and I'm very, everything has its space, and I won't take off. I won't start moving. I won't back up unless everything can take a nice jostle and not spill. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Got the drink. All right, so typically I'm going to go Coke Zero between the legs. That's between the legs. That's about $2.50. $2.50. I got $17.50 left over. I'm definitely going original Cheez-Its.
Box or bag?
The
Little
bag.
grab bag. Okay.
The bigger bag, not the little 50-cent
Are you
bag.
pre-opening that before you get on the road?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So the Cheez-Its go first.
Because I'm not doing it for you.
Grab and go bag.
The grab-and-go bag. Thank you. A lot of times at Wawa and other places, they only have, the Parmesan or the snapped or that
Isn't that
bullshit.
crazy?
What are we doing?
Get rid of the white cheddar. Get rid of the extra toasted. Stop. You
Trying
don't
to-
need all that shit. You made the best thing
I
possible.
know. Extra toasted, I'll give you. But it's like
The big ones are just fun.
the Parmesan ones or whatever. You're dry. I'm 10-2 here. I got fucking Parmesan dust all over my
Those
hand.
white cheddars, that shit goes everywhere. It's like fake snow.
Creating a water slick. I'm fucking whoop whoop. I'm bebopping and scatting. So I'm gonna do the Cheez-Its. I'm gonna do the combos. I'm gonna do the gummy bears. I'm gonna do a big thing of water, maybe a pack of gum. And at the time, I was on the heaters, but no heaters. So that's about it.
You're not getting that for all that for 20. Where are you gonna get $10? What are we in fucking the middle of fucking nowhere? Where are you gonna get $10 cigarettes? 12
You need
bucks.
a foot-long hoagie.
It's 13 inches.
So, I mean, yeah, what do you mean?
Think you can pull that off?
If you're in the right state, for sure.
Dude,
Wawa.
the small bag of
You're pinned down. You got Jersey, Philly, or you got
a
Florida.
small bag of combos is like $3.
Okay.
I got like 4 things for $3. I'm probably under $15.
All right.
No heaters,
You
but
want to invest that? Give me a call.
sure. Round that up. Can you put this in a big man's fucking
Put it in my stomach.
acorns?
I used to.
I don't like eating in the car. I don't like eating while driving. It's just not the same. I like to get there. Let's sit down and eat.
It's one of my favorite things. I've told you, walking and eating is one of my favorite things, but eating in the car, having like a bunch of stuff in the bag and just.
Picking up on something here. Just saying.
It's a pattern for me.
Sure. This is another one. This is from Pierce. What's an appropriate amount of gas money to give to the driver for longer road trips? I'm talking 5+ hours. You got to
start with a 20.
I think you got to set a terms of, hey, we're going to go 1 for 1 on the gas.
You can't be a dirtball and do that shit fucking, oh, we'll get you when we get back. That's got to be upfront cash, and they shouldn't have to ask. Be a goddamn gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't a free ride. You got your fucking boy. You got wear and tear in his car. He's probably jammed up. All right? He'll probably show up filled once. You hit him right away. Listen, here's 20 for gas to get there. If there's 4 of you, that's $60. That should cover it to get there.
I agree.
And then on the way back, you do the same thing.
I also think that the guy driving, unless he kind of demanded to drive,
shouldn't pay for gas.
Yeah, there should be some like,
hey, $60, it'll fill the tank.
he's
up.
getting sweat equity out of this. It's like, hey, listen, you guys fill up you go, it's like 2 for 1 or something like that, or I'll get your hotel when there's got to be he's got to be making up a little bit on it. He's putting a wear and tear on his
Get
car.
in a hotel, we'll pay for the gas and the tolls. You drive. That's what it is. You're not moving. The hotel's got nothing to do with it. That's a separate business altogether.
Okay. Guy who doesn't want to help his buddy out, clearly. What the hell?
Pay for the hotel.
Well, I'm just saying, whatever it comes to, of like, hey, you're driving for 6 hours and it's your car. Also, these 2 bozos might not have a fucking car. So it's like, this guy's making a whole trip.
Split the room. We'll stay in a room together.
Something. You just gotta let him wet his beak. That's all I'm saying. Whether that's
snacks I got.
give him combos. I don't care what you do.
I got you on the snacks.
You ain't touching my Haribos.
I'm showing up with snacks.
Sure.
Big box of Cheez-Its. 2 foot-long hoagies.
I never liked that. Oh, whoa, man, this is I haven't thought about this in a long fucking time.
What?
Climbing in the back to get the food that we food shop to take to the shore. Dude, climbing over the back.
Wait, the stuff that wasn't for the car ride, but for the house when you get there?
Yeah.
You fat fuck. You can't wait fucking 2 hours?
Who are you calling a fat fuck? That's crazy. That was rude. That was uncalled for. But she'd be like, yeah, dude, me and Dan, it seemed like you were crawling into a cave.
Like a VC tunnel.
Well, my mom's, the Taurus, I think, or whatever car at the time, maybe the Sebring.
That's long, trying to get back there.
But that the seat would drop down. So we dropped the back seat down. You could pull that lever. That back seat would drop down. You would crawl into the trunk. You'd be blind.
This isn't a wagon?
No. We'd be blind reaching in the dark. You had to get past the luggage because the food was always the last thing in there. You put the big bags in the back. So we'd be like, yeah.
That is like a tunnel rat.
Yeah, so he'd be like holding my feet or whatever. And I'm back there just pulling out whatever I can pull out. And then we're also gathering intel on whoever packed the car. Typically Danny. He's going, it goes mom's bag, your bag, then the bag of barbecue.
You're doing that from memory. If a roller bag fell on your head, you're freaking out. Get me out of here!
Uh-huh. Yeah, just blind, just reaching. My mom she'd be like, oh, whatever. Again, she's at 10 and 2.
Because she didn't want to stop.
No, she stopped a lot, but also, I mean, she's also going.
It's a thing of Chips Ahoy back there.
She's going split the barbecue chips or the goldfish. A lot of times you open up a fresh bag, or like the proper house bag of goldfish in a car. Woo-wee!
Take the long way, baby.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, I'll take 55 all the way down. I got nothing but time. I even think one time I remember opening up a bag of lunch meat, like American cheese, and just me and Danny eating slices.
Couple of rollers. Kids were on keto before they knew it.
That was, man, I haven't thought of that in a long time. Going back there and getting the food that was for the trip when you got there. We do that up the mountains. Up the mountains used to seem so much further.
Going into that trunk, it was either real cold or real hot in there, and you felt the difference. It always smelled good in there, though. That was usually the cleanest the car was. The new car smell stayed in the trunk for longer.
Yeah, because nobody's sweating in there. You're not farting in there.
Yeah. I used to kind of like it. Like the carpet in there.
Sure.
It's a little bit rougher.
Yeah, cheapo. No one's like sitting on it, whatever. You just got to cover it with something. Yeah.
Being tied up in it was probably not fun.
Yeah.
In the trunk.
Did you ever do the thing where you put a guy in the trunk and he pulls to see if the thing works?
Yeah.
My Montego was the first car I had that had the emergency pulls. The first car me and my friends had that had the emergency pull, and we were tailgating somewhere for something, and my trunk was open with the beers. And some kid's like, my boy Javon's like, you got one of them? I'm like, yeah. He's like, let's try it out. Shoved them in there, closed it, boom.
Left them in there till the third quarter.
Boom, he jumped right out.
I was also big on if me and the boys pulled into Wawa or something like that, and like one of the other crews was there, or whatever, like one of the other, another friend.
Another dance crew or whatever. You guys are going to fucking beat.
Whoa. That sounded like fucking thunder.
I thought the building was going down.
Whoa.
Dude.
I don't know if they heard that.
I don't. It's
if
literally.
that picked up.
I'll throw some camera audio.
Just do some shaking of the camera. That was earthquake level vibes.
But I was big on when they got out. If they left their doors unlocked, I would go in the back seat, crawl into the thing, and keep the seat halfway up. So when they came in, I would scare the shit out of them.
Jesus Christ, that's fucking Scream type shit. Fuck that.
I was big on it. I did
It's the Iceman.
I did to Frank Rosalo one time. Shit his pants. Shout out to Frank.
All right, this was from Caitlin, $10 investor, never had one read. Going up, we road tripped a lot because my brother had a severe fear of flying, which, like, nice parents. Because, like.
Not going to happen in the Foley house.
What? If you're afraid of flying?
I was the only time we flew when I was a kid was from Pennsylvania to San Francisco. I was petrified. Yeah, I guess you're going to be petrified.
Yeah, I remember we flew.
That's crazy.
We flew down to Florida.
That's a life lesson. You got to put a stop to that.
It's also the same thing, but it's like
Fuck that.
I don't know, man. I remember my brother wanted to fly home from Florida. Or he didn't want to fly home from Florida, and he was like, "Let's rent a car." And my stepdad and mom were like, "You can go fuck yourself. We'll leave you."
I got work on Monday.
Yeah, like we're not driving home. Shit.
Because he was scared.
Yeah. Well, we had the plane. So.
All right, that's different.
No, we took
jammed up on the way down here.
No, not us. And he heard. So it was East Wind Airlines. They had 2 planes. That's it. 2 or 3 planes. And the other plane had to do an emergency landing for, like, oxygen or something. Nothing like the wing didn't fall off. Like, something, whatever. They had to do something.
Mm-hmm.
They, so we were waiting to fly back with people who were on that flight. We were already checked in. We're at the gate. And I remember this fat kid was like, yeah, he was like 20 probably. And he's sitting there, and he was like, yeah, we had to do this on the way down and that on the way out, blah, blah, blah. And my brother was like, yo, I'm not getting on these goddamn machines. And he called my dad. He went to a payphone and called my dad and was like, you have to come get me.
Come get me?
Because my mom and stepdad were like, get on the fucking plane. Dude, we're checked in.
So no way your dad did that.
No, he was like, I think, relatively entertaining it.
Really?
But also was like, hey.
Where the fuck was he going to stay for the 20 hours it took him to get down there?
Who?
Your brother.
I don't mean he didn't think it through. He didn't get accommodations yet. Also, that meant like my mom or stepdad had to stay with him. I mean, he's probably 13. Just leave him in the terminal.
For $20.
So
what are you going to get?
I think my dad finally like calmed, was like, hey, Dan, it's okay, whatever. And my stepdad was like, sit next to me, which like he wasn't the guy you sit next to. But I remember him going, look, but you can bounce and what. I remember being like, you ain't scared? This shit's nuts. Yeah, it was tough.
I told you this, but not that long ago, good friend of our family, they live in Costa Rica. They were flying. I think they were in Miami or something like that. They got like over the water, or they were coming from Philly, and they were like about to get over the water. Like the engine went.
Okay, why are we talking about that?
And then they fucking they turned around. They landed the next day. I think they got on the same plane. They fixed it, got on the same plane, and flew out.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Sure. But this is back to Caitlin's question. Growing up, road trip because my brother had a severe fear of flying. My family would load in our 1990 Chevy G20 van that my dad had bungee corded a TV to the floor of the van, and we would watch the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy on the way from Idaho to Florida. Snacks for days and not a seatbelt in sight.
Woo! Now that's clear. Tell me, Lord of the Rings.
What's a Chevy G20 look like? Let me see here. Chevy G20.
Oh man, that's rough.
That's all.
That's
I mean,
a good dad right there.
It's a conversion van.
Listen, fear of how scared would you have to be? Like, what type of signs would you have to be? Like, the kid would have to be hysterically crying the first time that we tried to do that. Like, they would like, listen, I'll do it, but you're gonna have to freak out to show me that you're really, really scared.
I know.
You're not just saying I don't want to fly. I'm scared.
Listen.
I'm gonna need you to have a tantrum, freak out. You're gonna need medicine, the whole 9 yards.
But I don't know. I'm no parent yet, but I would assume that there is some sort of like that thing of like, hey, you got to get through this. You got to face this. There's up to a point.
You got to face the fear.
You got to face the adversity. You got to face the fear. You got to do this. Your life's gonna be.
You got to get on the goddamn plane. I got to work in 2 days.
Get your fucking ass on the plane.
That's what my dad would.
That's what my mom would. Get on the plane right now. It's 90 minutes. I got you candy. I didn't pay $3,000 to come down here and for you to not want to go home. Get on the plane.
I got you candy.
I really throw everything she ever bought you. Throw in your face. I come all the way down here. All right, let's see. This is what Brandon. Okay, it's also just funny. You really see the dirtbag places due to the questions. Also, a lot of guys and gals that listen to the show, a lot of road trips.
Yeah.
It's all northeast to Florida and like Midwest to Texas. It's like those are the 4 points. Those are the 4 points. There are a lot of people listening. It's just funny. Is it garbage to road trip from Texas to New Jersey every year during the holidays to incentivize your family to give us more gifts? Hey, we're driving and not flying. You can fit a whole lot more in a car than you can your carry-on. They also feel bad we're coming a long way. How you doing?
I mean, that is once is one thing. Every year. I hope that ain't Thanksgiving. That's a quick weekend.
What? Oh, no, that's got to be Christmas. You're getting
and
gifts.
You're staying for 2 weeks at least. Or the week. That's.
I don't know. Jersey to Texas, probably 4 days?
Dude,
that's so long,
fuck,
dude. That's
man?
crazy.
What are you talking about?
That's so long.
You got to wait till the kids are out of school? You're chewing up half the vacation. Not to mention the fucking drive back.
I know, but hold on.
That's 8 days right there.
But I think we're looking at this wrong. It's very, I'm not trying to do the plug, but it's very Route 66. The journey is the thing. You're with your...
Once every year.
Maybe they bond on it and they get a lot of good... Hey, listen, we come from... You put us in cars, it's hell in the cell. Maybe these kids were like, we like stopping here. We go to this same... I'm just saying, for a lot of people, that could be the enjoyable part, and they hate getting down there and talking to their family. But they're like, hey... Our family together gets to go and experience this. Or maybe the dad's hitting them. I don't know.
God damn.
That's
God love you. God love your father for doing it.
Sure. That's a tough one. I feel.
That family better have made with the present. Might be a pile you can see from the goddamn driveway.
Don't be giving me socks or no shit. You're not jamming up my
every
week
Transformer available at Toys R Us, please.
Start
shopping early.
All right, let's run through a couple more. This is from Chalk City. Road trip from DMV to visit uncle outside of Albuquerque, New Mexico.
What's DMV?
DC. What is it? DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Oh, okay.
DMV, I believe. Is that right? Get eyes on that. DC to Albuquerque. That's got to be. That's long as shit. That's coast to coast. Almost.
Almost coast to coast. That's pretty good.
What do you got, Lucas?
27 hours.
Oh, dude. It's like 4 or 5 days. Road trip from DMV to visit uncle. That must have been a really good uncle. Outside of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Driving straight. Wait, hold on. Driving straight for 30 hours with my buddy. Drove 2 tanks of gas each shift, staying awake with a carton of Marbread 100s for driving time and left-handed cigs for sleepy time. Whoa.
That had to be an uncle you thought was going to leave you money in the will.
Yeah, you're going to check
What are you
it.
bringing your dirtbag buddy for?
Listen,
Maybe at a ranch or something?
this uncle probably ain't great. They're probably, he's probably a cooker or something out there in the desert. Get their hands on some fucking blue magic. Wait, hold on. Let me see if they drove 2 tanks of gas each shift. So one guy would, figure a tank of gas get you 4 hours or something like that, right? So you're driving 4 or 5. So you're driving like 10 hours straight yourself,
And then
cranking heaters.
Man, that's nuts.
And then switching over. And that guy's
probably
doing that.
On the highway.
I'd be
Still driving.
Yeah. Throw it in cruise control. Fucking.
Do the switch.
I'd be mad nervous about the other guy while I'm sleeping. I wouldn't be able
Would
to
not
sleep.
be sleeping comfortably.
Nah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
Unless, okay, so they were sleeping for 10 hours, then I don't know. You'd have to really
But
make
dude,
sure
it's
somebody's awake.
nighttime. Those lines, that's like hypnotists. Next thing you know, you're taking your pants off in front of a crowd or something. Or whatever they do.
What?
That's what happened. I've never seen a hypnotist. Have you ever seen one?
In person?
No. On TV? Yeah, in person.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I remember they did it at my school like a few years before us, and it got a little freaky naughty for my brother's grade, and they stopped it after that. I think some broad took her shirt off or like gave a guy a lap dance or something. And they were like, no, no, no.
Now, my one buddy's mom in high school was, she would date one freak
Losers,
after another.
yeah.
Like guys that were like real like holistic and into this. And I remember this one guy was trying to get us to come out with him to shroom in a yurt to like have like
That
a
sounds like the worst
spiritual experience
thing ever.
We didn't do it.
No shit.
But she dated a hypnotist, and we were over at his place, and he hypnotized one of my buddies or something like that. I don't know. I didn't really buy that shit.
Sure.
Goddamn Catholic.
All right, let's see. We got 2 more here. This was from Ian. Not a garbage question, but what's the minimum? And I've gone over this. What's the minimum amount of time you need to be on the road before you stop for a bathroom break? We're typically a 1-hour crew.
Listen, I've said this before. I was stunned to find out your leniency with that. Because
You really paint me a bad guy.
I'm just saying, growing up, it would have to be a minimum of 5 hours. Pee before you leave.
Mm-hmm.
My dad never wanted to stop. You're pretty willy-nilly with it.
I was worried when we were first doing car trips, and I can't.
He's great. He's the
He's the
sweetest,
best.
sweetest guy.
I am a sweet guy. I turn on being a dickhead for camera and clicks. You fat pussy. Now suck my dick with your ass.
It gets you hungry.
What? Stopping.
I'm saying.
It gets me hungry.
If I know you're hungry, I can get a stop out of you
I
because you
stop-
want your combo.
I stop every hour, dude. I'm an hour guy, and if someone goes, hey, at 37 minutes from the last stop, if someone goes, I'm looking for a stop, I pop out. What's the rush? I like a heat. First of all, we got about typically 6 guys in a van, right?
Excuse me.
That's 6 different, 6 different wieners, 6 different digestive tracts. A lot of stuff going on. We're not. It also like we're not eating rice and chicken here. The boys are
You
doing
like your honey roasted peanuts, don't you? DC.
Sure. It's also so I stop. We heaters stop. Pee stops. Also, I got a tiny little bladder. I got pee a lot of times.
The no heaters.
No heaters. Now the no heaters. We're doing 6 hours.
Put a
straight
turtle
through.
in that conversion van.
But I think if you're driving with a lot of people, you got to get on board. If you're like, I want to stop every 5 hours, the other guy wants to stop every 2 hours, you got to meet in the middle. You're a team here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. This will be the last one. This is from Ricky Ticky Boblin Wobbin. Once a while back, me and a few buddies were driving from Minnesota to Las Vegas. One of them shit their pants and had to stop at a self-service car wash to hose him off. The only thing open that late in the middle of nowhere.
That's great, man.
While in the middle of spraying the mud off, the door between the stalls opened, and it was an Asian man frozen in shock to see a butt-naked guy getting sprayed by another guy with a hose.
That's a good friend, man.
We ran out there. He threw his pants away and had to do the last 12 hours wrapped in a T-shirt from the waist down. So who only brings one pair of pants to Vegas?
Clean as a whistle.
That's crazy. Dude, I would like that once a week. Just like a nice, you're going to jail power washing.
Oh, the Rambo scrub?
Just delouse you, hit you with the powder.
Get in the butthole. I would somebody scrub out that butthole. That'd be great.
Sure.
Man, that is a fucking great road trip, and that's a good friend right there.
Dude, you gotta spray me down. Also, that's gotta hurt, man. You really gotta trust that guy with your jewels, dude. Really trust that friend not to open up your ball bag with a power washer.
But just think of how bad that car smelled. They wouldn't. Dude, shit in his pants. Grown man.
Yeah, sure. All right, we gotta wrap
When
it
I
up.
say
gang.
stop, you better pull over.
Sure.
What a fun one, gang.
Yep.
The Route 66 tour is going to be dropping February 25th. If you're watching this on Sunday or Monday, it comes out tomorrow.
Watch it. Go click the link. The link should be up. Go click the link to the reminder. Share with your friends. If you're an audio listener, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We need
You got to watch it, baby.
all hands
You
on
gotta see
deck.
it.
This is one of the proudest, the most proud thing we've ever made. This is we've put the most time and effort and resources into making this as cool as we possibly could for the homies and the bozos. We're so stoked with it. We can't wait to share it with you. Go watch it, please.
And we also can't thank you enough to letting us be able to do this.
It means the world to us. And if you guys continue supporting us, we'll continue, making fucking content we think you guys like.
See you out on Route 66, gang.
Peace.
Peace.